Key lessons from 10 years of working remotely. Welcome to Talent Talks, your go to podcast for insights into global recruitment and the power of finding the right talent, brought to you by More Staffing. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an HR expert, or just keen on personal and professional growth, we're here to share valuable insights and stories.
Hi everyone, I'm AC.
And I'm Lara. We're thrilled to be your guides on this journey. Today, we're diving into a special episode. AC, can you believe that we're already a decade since we started working remotely?
I know, it's unbelievable. From our early days at Human Nature to our current roles at More Staffing, the journey has been incredible. Today, we're distilling our experience into five powerful lessons from 10 years of remote work, complete with rich examples to illustrate these points.
I'm very happy to share this episode to our listeners because majority of our clients have started working remotely just when pandemic started. But for us, our experience is more than years even before the pandemic started. So this is something that I'm very proud to share. Something that I
Mhm.
know a lot of our listeners will have a huge support on. Let's kick things off with our first lesson, which is the mastering the art of communication. Effective communication is the lifeblood of our remote work. Remember Singularity University, for those who don't know about them, it's an organization whose mission is to change the mindset of leaders to an exponential growth. And this is our second working together remotely, but first US flight.
Yes. Yeah, and just to add with Singularity, they're a company who provides strategic narrative and strategy for future of AI, blockchain, quantum mechanics, mobility, and other technologies. And when we were working there, we used to handle 5,400 speaking engagements in 1 year for programs from all over the world.
It was complex. We have over 450 experts who have speaking engagement in different countries, continents, and time zones. Communication has been very vital to make things happen. The key was our detailed communication plan and processes. We set up system, we have project management tools, we have Slack as messenger, where everyone provided daily updates. We have a template as well that we ensure is updated by end of day. And this proactive approach prevented countless misunderstandings and kept the project on track. And I think the best experience that we've had here is the efficiency of us being able to work asynchronous when it's different time zones for different team members.
Absolutely. And that leads us to the second lesson, embracing and leveraging technology. You have mentioned using project management tools, monitoring sheets. We had monitoring sheets that were connected to Tableau. Similar to the communication lesson, everyone had to log into their deliverables. It's like you have to really share what you're doing every day in and out, just so that if something happens to you or you got hit by a bus, as we've said, right? Somebody can catch and somebody can continue doing your work.
I remember you creating a monitoring sheet, that template, when you started working with Singularity University, and that's a very huge transition for us and your first few members, Jelly and Jello, because we don't use sheets before. We use Excel in our previous company, and you have to update and save and ask them to edit, save new copy. But this one that we've started with the sheets, it's very helpful as many members can just edit based on the status of their programs. You have
Mhm.
the right checklist. There are right conditional formatting that you've created where it's very easy now for you as our leader to understand where are the programs, what's the update. And on top of that, manually created sheets, we also have the Kanban view in our Asana, which is a great, for me, the combination of a sheet, Asana, and our Slack has been very helpful and useful in making sure that none of our deliverables are neglected or forgotten because it's all in the project management tool. I remember our rules before is if the task is urgent, on top of updating our files and Asana, our project management tool, we are going to send a message in Slack and tag for tasks that are urgent. So that combination, I know that a lot of our listeners are already using project management tools, Asana, Trello, Monday.com.
Click
Click
up.
up, yes. And messengers, there's a lot of messengers right now. But this is even before, this is even 2018 that we're talking about. And so all the more now that I would encourage our listeners to explore what we have, the AI tools that we have right now, because if those were very useful 7 years ago, how much more for all of the AI tools that we have right now? ChatGPT,
Absolutely.
DALI, we have so much to work on. And moving on to our third lesson, which is fostering trust and autonomy. Take the story of our colleagues, Jelly and Jello. And when we were starting, you entrusted us with the projects and gave us the autonomy to make key decisions. This trust empowered us to experiment, and ultimately we devised a strategy that exceeds our targets. Our success is actually a great testament to how autonomy can fuel creativity and outstanding results. And you didn't micromanage us.
That's a great example, Lara. That's one of the primary reasons why I hired you guys. I knew that when I'm going to give you a project, you guys will deliver. I remember I was given a budget for the department that if I hired in the US, I can only hire one. But since I hired from the Philippines, I was able to hire three professionals. That's you, Jelly, and Jello. So I'm super happy for that one.
And I think this is a great opportunity for other listeners to give confidence to them that they can hire managers, leaders, directors remotely and not just assistants in the Philippines. And because that's the autonomy, the trust that you've given to us, we were able to create and improve processes that help the company in a quicker timeline. And
Yeah.
we were actually at the time that you hired us, we were doubting if the work from the US will happen. We came from a traditional company that requires us 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So us, the Jello, Jelly, and I, your three, our first three professionals hired for Singularity University, and Singularity University is actually our first US client.
Yeah, that's lovely. Well, going on to our fourth lesson is about establishing and maintaining work life harmony. I remember, Lara, when you face a health crisis then, how you turned it around by setting strict work hours and creating a dedicated workspace at home. This changes not only improve your productivity but also your overall well-being, illustrating how crucial it is to create a sustainable balance.
It can be remote work can have so much advantages for talents, but it can also comes with challenges like, are you stopping to pause, to relax?
Yes.
Like your kids might be asking for your time because you will not realize how long you've been sitting in front of the laptop when you're very focused working. So it's actually, for me, I'm doing this for my coaches in more staffing, the talents of more staffing, to help them in creating the balance that they would love to establish. And not only we are very successful with the work that we're doing, but also very happy personally
Mhm.
because you should have more time with family, kids, for your self-care tasks. But if you're not very aware of on how to manage your working hours, then all of the advantages of working remotely will not be applied if it's hard for you to let go. So it's understanding the balance that you want to create, and then practicing it, like making sure that you are spending balanced time for work and for personal tasks.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
our fifth lesson, final lesson for today, is building a cohesive team culture virtually. Our virtual monthly gatherings are prime examples. These events, filled with team building exercises, workshops, casual hangouts, have been instrumental in creating a sense of unity and belonging. And I remember exams given by UAC, which the passing score is 90%. It shows that distance doesn't have to be a barrier to creating a strong team bond. So I remember, if you can share more of that fun story.
Well, I would do pop quizzes or pop exams just so that I would be ensured that you guys know what the contract is all about. So we were in operations. We want to make sure that we know what we're doing. So in order for me to know that you know what you're doing, I have to have pop exams. And sadly, or fortunately, the passing score is 90% and nothing less than that.
We were asking, what school did you go to when you were in college? Why is the passing 90% when it's 75 for majority of the school? So those are actually events that I wouldn't forget as a remote worker. Now that we own a company and we have team members on our own, things that I still continuously do and apply to our team members. We have workshops, like for example, our main clients in more staffing are e-commerce businesses. So it's a totally different strategy and ball game when dealing with multinational corporate companies. So what we do in more staffing is we make sure that we provide trainings and workshops for e-commerce so that our recruitment
Mhm.
specialists can really understand why are they needing these positions, what are the tools, what are the AI tools that they should be knowing how to use. What are the assessments that we should be providing to our talents to make sure that we are finding the best fit for our clients? So it's understanding and continuously knowing and learning how we can work and support our clients. Workshops and casual hangouts. I remember you traveling here in the Philippines to meet us and have an R&R. And some of our members, Jelly and I, have traveled to US, attended Global Summit with you, watched you,
Yes.
watched you in your speaking engagement in one of the programs that we have in California. And so those combination of meeting ups and building a team culture has been really a huge help for the team.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And so, to our listeners, these lessons have not just shaped our work lives, but have also offered us invaluable personal growth. We hope sharing our journey can inspire and guide you in your remote work adventure.
Thank you for tuning in to Talent Talks. Stay subscribed for more insights and stories from the dynamic world of recruitment and talent management. Here's to learning, growing, thriving together in the world of remote work. Until next time. Thank you, AC.
Bye.